Hi,
Cool.
Carol.
Good morning, Chrissy.
Hello, Carol, and look at you. You're looking awesome and crazy, just like you are.
I've got my Christmas colours on today.
Have you? And what have you got
Well,
around your neck?
oh, it's a pendant that I just felt right for today.
Okay, cool. And oh wow, look what you're wearing. You're looking gorgeous.
I must have had the screen in the wrong place.
Oh, I didn't see it before. So really lovely. And you and I just got back from Costa Rica. So
Yeah,
how cool was
yes.
that?
Just amazing, Chrissy. Just the whole experience of it was wow. And the changes that people have noticed since I've come back. And
Really?
and even with my relationship with my partner, it's like it seems to be a whole lot easier.
Yeah. Because we got rid of a lot of reference points at that class.
Yeah,
And I noticed a whole lot of different change in different things. And I think it is because those reference points are just not there anymore. So things are really creating differently, opening up more possibilities. My connections with others are closer and easier.
yes, cool.
And yeah, so I want to acknowledge you for getting yourself to that, because you know what, there's quite a few prerequisites to get to that 7 day now, isn't it?
There is, yes, and it's becoming like, because everything's moving so fast, there's
Yeah,
the body classes have to be within the Pacific time to
they
go
do,
for the
because
7 day.
there's so much change happening.
Yes,
And it really makes a difference, because that's the first 7 day that I've been to where there were so many prerequisites before the class, and it definitely made a difference in how far the class went.
okay, yes, yes,
And you know what? I just want to say good on you. And I've just noticed so much change in you since I first met you, which is how long ago did I meet you?
I think that was 2014.
Right. So that's 4 years. I met you 4 years ago. And
Yeah, it's 14. It seems a little bit longer than that. Yeah, but yes, it's been an awesome journey.
yes, and I want to acknowledge you for choosing it, because you say that you were a slow starter, but what does that actually mean anyway?
Yes, I guess everybody, like they say, next says you get it when you get it.
Yeah. And you know what? You did choose, and um, you did notice a change, and you knew that the bias was making a difference in your life, and you've gone for it, and you've done all sorts of amazing classes. What classes have you actually done? You've done Choice of Possibilities, haven't you?
Yes, I've done the choice of possibilities twice and got huge change from that. So, that's where doing the foundation helps to get you to, this COP. Yes.
Yeah.
And in Melbourne, that was big changes there. That was like, I felt 40 years younger after doing that
Yeah,
that
you're looking
class,
younger
because
all
it
the
just
time. You're
unlocked
looking
so much.
amazing.
Pardon?
You're looking amazing. You're looking absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so you did that twice, and you've done body classes, haven't you?
I've done the three body.
3 day body
I've
classes.
done the advanced body class, and I've done the abuse hold
Mhm.
class,
Wow.
which was amazing. And yeah, it's just fantastic.
Yep. And then you've done an ESB class, of course,
Oh yes,
right?
yeah,
Which is
I
an
have.
energetic synthesis of being class, which you did
Yes,
explain here. And that was one of the prerequisites to get to the 7 day class, which was in Costa Rica, called The Gift. And The Gift, yeah. It was
yes.
called The Gift. And
And,
so much is changing for me since I went to that
and
class.
just even Costa Rica itself, just feels such a wonderful place to go to.
The energy of it is, well, the reason Access holds classes in Costa Rica is because that country doesn't have any army, and it's a peace-loving country, but the people are very kind and caring, aren't they? And how does it get better than this? So let's just pause this. Okay, so I just lost the internet connection, but it's come back on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but you did freeze a couple of times.
Yeah, so that's my internet, but how does it get better than that?
Yeah.
Carol, you know, awesome that you've done all those classes. And who would have known when I first met you, when we went to that spiritual church and we talked about questions, do you remember?
Yes.
And then there was some beautiful ladies that came to that class who have gone ahead and are amazing. You and I were just amazed at how happy they both are. Those two
Yes, for sure.
who we both adore.
Yes.
And they have had so much amazing success from having done the foundation, and they only done the foundation class once.
Yes.
Can you tell me what your experience is of the Access Foundation class?
Well, the foundation, it's like, to me, there's just, God, it's just mind-boggling really of how much is actually in the foundation.
True, yeah.
There's just, it's like beyond words really of how much there is in there and how much unlocking and just how you can actually, the freedom to talk about anything that's coming up for you.
Yeah, and you don't even know that it's there really, do you?
No, like when I went along, it's like, okay, what is this? And but when you get there, it's like things just start to come out that obviously are things that you'd like to talk about and work on, and
yeah, limitations that you want to get rid of. The process
yes.
is just bring them up.
Yes.
And just create that huge change. So I can remember, Carol, that when I first started doing Access, I think I just knew it was making the change, and I was really looking for the change, and I was hungry for it. And I went to, I don't know, I must have gone to about 5 or 6 different foundations.
All right.
In Auckland a year. Every time my facilitator did a class, I was there. And in those days, it wasn't as much as it is now, but it's all relative, of course. And it didn't worry me because I was just really hungry for the change. And
yes.
I think doing that foundation class, the reason it's called the foundation is because it is breaking apart the foundation of the reality that we've created so that something greater can show up.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, and in there, of course, there's body processes, and now there's even more. So that's exciting as well, because those body processes, like I went for a walk the other day with my granddaughter, and oh my goodness, using MTVSS and pulling the energy of that to try and get me up the hills was like, you know, awesome.
Yeah, MTVSS is a phenomenal process. I just had a friend of mine, we did it for each other yesterday, and it just brings so much peace to my body. And it's one of the first processes that we learn.
Yes.
And it's been in that class ever since I did it, which was 17, 18 years ago when I first did my first foundation.
The awesome thing about it is that it's so you can use it so many different ways.
Yep. Well, there's that for MTVSS for the immune system.
Yeah.
Is phenomenal. And it's so easy to run it and use all these different energies in to make a difference for someone when they've got flus or colds, or even someone who has had chemotherapy that boosts the immune system, because energy is really the medicine of the future.
Oh gosh, yes. Like, I mean, you sort of think, like, whenever I learnt the bars, right, this is all I'm going to learn. Then I did the foundation, right, that, you know, I'm not going to keep on going on, but, you know, once you get there, it's like, oh my God, it's just so amazing. So
it's so great to feel more and more of you, isn't it? And it just...
And you want more and more, you know.
You do, and you can choose it. That's the thing. It's like you don't have to have the money before you choose it. It really is a choice. It's just the choice that brings it. Because I started off and I had nothing. And when I chose, I went to that first 7 day, which was in America.
Wow.
And the money came. And I did whatever I could that I could think of. I had no idea that I could get the money, but I was asking for it every day. I went, what would it take to go to the 7 day? What would it take to go to the 7 day? What would it take? And asking that every day builds that desire, and the money comes from left field. So it's really the choice. And once you've done that, then you've got the experience of how it creates. It's not about how much money you have right now.
No.
It's about choosing something.
I would never have thought that I would have like spent that money. I mean, I had been asking for travel, you know, before I even knew about Access. So when you look back, it's, you know, it's interesting how it turns up. And like they say, it never turns up the way you think it's going to turn up.
That's right.
And I had been on a couple of little trips, and but like, you know, but also spending money, you know.
Yes.
is a big one, you know.
Well, it's a different reality, because you're actually spending it on yourself.
Exactly.
And it's like, we're not used to investing in ourselves. It's all right for us to spend money on our grandkids or our children or other people, but we're not used to spending that amount of money, because a foundation class, for instance, is 1,750 New Zealand dollars. And you know what? For the change that you get, that's nothing. And, you know, compared to many, many classes that people go to, that's nothing as well. But sometimes people do think, well, that's a lot of money. Yes, $1,750. Or they don't have that money, so they don't choose it. But really, when you choose it, you don't choose it based on how much money you have. You choose it because you choose it.
Yes.
Just say, I'm having that.
Yes.
And if you make it as a lot of money, you also stop yourself from having that amount of money or more.
Yeah, sure.
And for the change that you get, it's just value plus. And all the material is that you get this manual, right? And all the material in there.
Exactly. Yeah, it's amazing.
You can use those tools over and over and over and over again whenever you come to a place where you stuck or
yes,
something's not working for you. Yeah.
Awesome.
So well done, Carol. And we've got a foundation class coming up at Macca too.
Yes.
And
I'm choosing to host it, Chrissie.
Oh, well, that would be awesome. I'll be so grateful to have you alongside me, just supporting me and just making sure that it's a happy place, and we are looking forward to having a really life-changing foundation class, because it's always different. Every class is different, and there's always more, and there's more of us that shows up, and our lives get easier. So we'd like to invite anybody that is interested in, I reckon, asking for having a phenomenal life.
I think that sounds awesome. Yeah.
And actually, I just saw that you shared that post that I put on about, or did you put it or did I put it? Can't remember. On Facebook, Freddie Mercury.
Yes, I did share it.
You shared it, and I listened to it, and he says in there, you've got to have what does he say? You have to have a fabulous life. I reckon you do. Why don't we choose to have a fabulous life? What would it take to have a phenomenal life, or a fabulous life, or even more?
Exactly.
With
lots of fun.
Lots of fun. And we went to see Freddie Mercury, and he was amazing too, wasn't he?
Cool. Yes. No, I haven't seen. Yes. I remember him way back when he was, you know, on the shows and, you know, making a name for himself. And
Right.
yeah.
Wow. So it was a really great movie. Really loved it.
Cool.
And yeah. So on that musical note,
Oh.
we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. And if anybody wants to get in touch with you, how do they get in touch with you, Carol?
It's probably best you could message me, you know, on Facebook, or you could phone me, or my cell phone is 0275 632 418.
Well, I'll put your number and my number at the bottom of the Zoom on the Facebook page.
Okay, that's cool. Or else message me, Carol Pamment. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you for choosing what you've been choosing.
Okay. Thank you, Chrissy.
Cheers.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.